Hello students, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to learn about prepositions. So, a preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun or pronoun and another word in a sentence. A preposition tells us where something is, means it tells us about place. When something happens, means it tells us about time. Where something is going, means direction. How something is done, means it tells us about means. Who performs action, means it tells us about agency. For example, the cat is under the table. She is sitting on the chair. Here, under and on are the prepositions. Now, types of prepositions. There are 6 important types. Number 1 is preposition of place. These tell us where something is. It tells us where a person, an animal, a thing is. So, first is in. In is used when something is inside a place. When something is inside a place, for example, I live in Delhi. The milk is in the fridge. The fish is in the water. When something is inside a place, then we use in. For example, I have a box and there is a cat. So I will say the cat is in the box. Okay. Next is on. We use on when something touches the surface. When we use on, when something touches the surface, when one thing touches the other surface. For example, the book is on the table, the clock is on the wall, the mobile is on the bed. So, when the surface of, for example, let's imagine it is a table. So, and here is a book. Here is a book on the table. Then I will say the book is on the table. Okay. Next is at. We use at for specific point or location. For example, I am at school. She is at bus stop. Meet me at the gate. When someone or something is a specific point or a specific location, then we will say then we will use at. Under. Directly below something or covered by it. When something is below something or covered. For example, the cat is under the table. My shoes are under the bed. He is hiding under the blanket. Next, above. At a higher position. We use above. At a higher position than something, but not touching it. For example, the fan is above the head. The airplane is flying above the clouds. There is clock above the blackboard. When something is at higher location, higher, for example, it is a wall and here is a clock. Okay, then we will say the clock is above the wall. The clock is above the wall. Next is below. Below is used at a lower surface. Above is used for higher position and below is used for lower position. For example, the temperature is below 20 degrees Celsius. The valley lies below the mountain. The river flows below the bridge. It is used for the lower position. Now, between. It is used when someone or something is in the middle of two people, places or things. Between is used for two people. Two people or places or things. When something is in between, in the middle of two people, places or things. For example, the ball is between the two chairs. The bank is between the hospital and school. We have two things, hospital and school. So we use between. Ria is sitting between Aman and Ravi. Next is among. It is used when someone or something is in the middle of more than two people. Between is used for the middle of two people and among is used for more than two people or things. For example, she is standing among her friends. Means there are more than two friends. So we will use among. The bird is flying among the trees. He found his pen among his books. Okay, so between is used for when something is middle of two people, and among is used for when someone or something is middle of more than two people. Next is behind. It means at the back of someone or something. At the back side. The dog is behind the gate. The car is parked behind the building. The boy is hiding behind the tree. For example, it is tree and here is the boy. Then we will say the boy is behind the tree. Next, in front of. It means at the front side of someone or something. Behind means at the back side and in front of means at the front side. For example, the teacher is standing in front of the class. The bus stopped in front of the school. There is a garden in front of my house. Next is near. Near means too close to someone or something but not touching it. Near means close to someone. For example, my house is near at the park. For example, here is park and this is my house. Then I will say my house is near the park. Means close to someone or something but not touching it. They are not touching. Next, please sit near me. Next is opposite. It means directly facing someone or something on the other side. The bank is opposite the post office. The school is opposite the market. For example, here is market and on the other side it is a road. Okay, and on the other side here is school. Then we'll say the school is opposite the market. So these are the preposition of places. They are telling us about where something is. Now, second is prepositions of time. This tells us when something happens, means it tells us about time. First is at. It is used for specific time. At is used for specific time. For example, 7 o'clock, at noon, at midnight. At is used for specific time when we know the exact timing. Next, on. On is used for days and months. Days and dates. For example, on Monday, on Thursday, on Wednesday. On date means on 15th August. Okay. Next is in. In is used for months, years and seasons. And part of the day and long period of time. In is used for month, years, seasons, part of the day and long period of time. For example, my birthday is in September. We play cricket in the evening. Flowers bloom in spring. Okay, next is before. Before means earlier than a particular time, event or actions. For example, finish your homework before dinner. Dinner is a specific event. Wash your hands before eating. Next is after. Means later than a particular time, event or action. For example, we played football after school. Call me after the meeting. Next is since. Since is used to show the starting point of an action or period of time. Since is used for the starting point. For example, I have lived here since 2020. We have known each other since childhood. So basically, since is used to show the starting point. Next, for. For is used to show the duration or length of time an action continues. Okay. For tells us the duration of time. For example, I have lived here for 5 years. She waited for 2 hours. Okay. Now, number third is prepositions of direction. These show the direction or movement of a person, animal or thing from one place to another. From one place to another. Number one is to. It shows movement towards a person, place or things. For example, I am going to school. We went to the zoo. To is used to show the movement towards a person or place or thing. Into. It shows the movement from outside to inside a place. When something comes from outside to inside. For example, she went into the classroom. The cat ran into the house. For example, it is the house and here is a cat. So if the cat come in the house, then we will say the cat ran into the house. Means when something come from outside to inside. Next is onto. It shows movement to the surface of something. For example, the cat jumped onto the table. The bird landed onto the roof. Means when the movement is on the surface of something. For example, this is a table, and if a cat or a dog will jump on the table, then we will say the cat jumped onto the table. Next is from. It shows the starting point or place where someone or something begins moving. From means starting point. From means starting point. For example, I came from Delhi. The train arrived from Mumbai. Means we started our journey from Mumbai or Delhi. Okay, so from means starting point. Next, towards. Towards means in the direction of someone or something, but it does not always mean reaching it. To and towards. To means movement towards a person or place. If we are going to school, then we will say we are going to school. But towards is used when we are moving in the direction of someone or something, but we are not going at that direction. For example, the child ran towards his mother. The child ran towards his mother. He walked towards the park. He walked towards the park, but he went not in the park. Okay. Next is across. Across means moving from one side to the other side of something. For example, she walked across the road. The boy ran across the playground. Okay, so if I'll say the boy ran across the playground, for example, this is a playground. If a boy is running at this from one side to other, then we will use across. Next is through. Through means moving from one side to the other side by passing inside something. For example, the train passed through the tunnel. We walked through the forest. Next is along, means moving beside or following the length of something. For example, we walked along the river. She drove along the highway. Means when we use along. Now, okay, what is the difference between across, through and along? So along means in a parallel line. For example, this is a river and here is the path. So if we along on this path, it means we are walking or running parallel to this river na. So here we use along. Along is used for parallel, and across means at a flat surface, means at one side to other, at any road or any park, any path, one side to another side, other side at a flat surface. And through is used when we walk inside a 3D space. When we walk inside a 3D space, for example, tunnel, forest. Okay. Now, number 4 is prepositions of means. These show how an action is done or by what method, instrument or mode it is done. Means preposition of means tells us how an action is done. For example, number 1 is by. It is used to show the method or mode of doing something, especially for transportation, communication or manner. For example, I go to the school by bus. Here by is used for especially in transportation or communication. We sent the invitation by email. Next is with. It is used to show the instrument, tool or object used to perform an action. For example, she wrote the letter with a pen. Pen is a tool. He cut the cake with a knife. I opened the door with a key. Means with is used to show the an instrument or tool. Next is number 5, preposition of agency. Preposition of agency. It tells us who did the action. Preposition of agency tells us who did the action. The most common preposition of agency is by. For example, the letter was written by Ria. The Taj Mahal was built by Shah Jahan. The match was won by India. Means preposition of agency tells us who did something, who did an action. The last is compound preposition. It is a group of 2 or more words that act as a single preposition and shows the relationships between a noun or pronoun and another word in the sentence. Okay. Compound preposition is made up of 2 or more words and they work together. For example, first is according to. According to the teacher, the test will be on Monday. Because of. It is used for the reason. For the reason of. The match was cancelled because of heavy rain. Means it shows the action. Reason. Due to. Because of, same, the school was closed due to heavy rain. Next, in spite of, without being affected by. He completed the race in spite of the injury. Instead of means in place of. Drink water instead of soft drinks. Means in the place of soft drinks, we should drink water. Along with means together with. Ria came along with her brother. Apart from means in addition to. Apart from English, she also studies mathematics. Means she studies English and mathematics. So, how will say? Apart from English, she also studies mathematics. Next two, very close to. My house is next to the library. Next to means very close. Out of, from inside to outside, or because of. It has two meanings. One is from inside to outside and the second is because of. The cat jumped out of the box. The cat jumped out of the box means it is a box and cat is inside the box. If cat is jumped here, then we will say the cat jumped out of the box. She helped the poor out of kindness means she helped because he is very kind. So we will say she helped the poor out of kindness. Okay, so it was the prepositions.